But you in the hospital now. Tell people who are listening your experience for the next 2 minutes in the hospital after the
Well,
dropping off.
once you dropped me off, I was in the. I remember someone kind of pushing me into like the COVID side of the waiting room. They had like a plastic sheet. So you had the healthy side and the COVID side, and I was on the COVID
Oh, that
side.
sounds like goofy
It
though.
does sound weird. And I remember I started feeling really nauseous and lightheaded.
Hmm.
I felt like I was going to pass out. And I just wanted to lay down. That's
Right.
all I wanted to do was just lay down. So I saw the bench, and I remember just laying on this bench, and it was cold, and it felt good to me at the time because the coldness against my body felt really good. And I'm just like, okay, I can just lay here until someone come get me.
Right.
I don't think I was there very long, to be honest with you. And then I remember them calling my name, and I remember trying to raise my arm, and my arm wouldn't raise, and I just yelled here, and it came over, and it
Hmm.
got me in the back. And then when they saw how low my blood oxygen was, and that's when things started moving really, really fast.
Well,
They
okay.
started moving me they got me into a room really fast, started hooking me up to things and asking me about medical history and all that other stuff.
Hmm.
And it was funny because the doctors, 3 different doctors came up and told me I'm lucky I was on the blood thinner that I was on.
Hmm.
And I never was like, why did you tell me I'm lucky on that? I'm on that blood thinner.
Right. And why would
Because I
they
was
say
on
that?
a blood thinner for my AFib for
Hmm.
my heart. And I was like, why they kept telling me I was lucky on the blood thinner?
Hmm.
And then once I think the second day I was in the room, the doctor came in and said that to me. And I was like, why? I keep hearing this. Why that? He said, COVID thickens your blood
Uh huh.
and that's what causes blood clots.
Hmm.
And that's what caused people to get put on the ventilators.
Right.
And I was like, oh,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
if I wasn't
On those
on
blood
that
thinners.
blood thinner, I would have been put on a ventilator,
Right.
pretty much.
Right.
That is scary.
Very. I mean, again,
That is really, really scary when I look back on that because at the time I didn't understand what was happening, why they kept saying that.
hmm
But then when they finally explained it to me, I was like, wow,
wow. Right. Right.
okay. And then I found out that I qualified to be on this experimental medication called remdesivir
Hmm.
that they were using the same stuff they gave the president.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's funny. I woke up. That's when I woke up the next morning looking at the television to the president having COVID, and I was like, wow.
Hmm.
And then they gave me that and the steroid, and I was on that for 5 days,
Hmm.
and I had to be off the oxygen for 24 hours for them to let me go home.
Hmm.
And I was on and off the oxygen. They had little issues with the oxygen, but I ended up being off of it for 24 hours,
Right.
and then got my remdesivir, and
Hmm.
I started feeling better about the third day.
Okay.
But I remember they wanted me to use this little porta potty thing next to a bed. They didn't want me walking. Well, I'm like, look, as long as God's going to allow me to get up and walk, I'm going to walk.
Definitely.
So I wasn't going to pee in no little pot. I want to get
Right.
up and use the toilet.
Hmm.
But walking was very difficult. I had to think hard.
Thank.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you just get up and just move. My body didn't respond like that. It
Hmm.
was a delay. It was really weird. And I had to like think to move my legs.
Hmm.
And that was scary knowing that this virus did something in my head with the connection from my brain to my legs where my legs did not work like they should.
Hmm.
And that took several months
Right. I
to
mean,
get right.
it wasn't just you because again, I think it has to do with the fatigue. I don't think it's like damaging, but like when I'm sitting in the car with Dylan in the back and having to get back into the house after taking the, I was sweating profusely because like I felt like I ran a marathon. So it took me 20 minutes to pump myself up to get out the car, and we like it's like almost like 2 o'clock in the morning then, and to get him into the house and to get him, he went to the bathroom and then went to the bed and just collapsed. I could not get past the vestibule area of our house, and I got into the living room. I just collapsed on the chair, took my coat off. I laid there for about 3 days.
Yeah,
And
I
I
remember
remember,
you telling me that. And I remember I had my phone with me and I
right,
remember sending Dylan's teacher an email saying that Dylan might not be in class because our family's sick with COVID. And then come to find out that little boy went to class
every day,
every day,
on time.
did his work. She wouldn't have known that we had COVID if it wasn't for me sending her that email.
And then with him, I mean, I remember in the mornings he would get up and check on me and told me I needed to drink something and would sit on my feet on the sofa. Then he would go in there, and I remember him going to the room, and then I would just go out. And I would wake up again. And he would ask me, "Do I want something to drink or something?" So I said, "Yeah." And he was up there sitting at the bottom of my feet. And then I woke up again. It was like 9, 10 o'clock, and he was already in the bed. I remember every now and then, it was like a foggy that you would call, or we would have a discussion. I would talk to you most of my eyes closed with speaker on speakerphone because I didn't have the energy to hold the phone.
Yeah.
And I remember, through the course of your stay there, family was bringing
Our
over.
village was wonderful.
And that's the only way we made it, y'all, because I didn't get unemployment while I was there. Was out sick on COVID. I mean, he did give me my last check, and then I applied for unemployment a little bit later because I found out we were diagnosed as being long haulers.
Yeah.
Which meant, for those who don't know, long haulers were people who had still going through symptoms and rebuilding or rehabbing from COVID because it damaged lungs. It did a lot
My
of damage. Her heart. It did a lot to us where it blew my mind because I've never, ever been that sick in my life.
Thank you for tuning into The Bradbys Show with your hosts, Matthew and Candy Bradby. Please subscribe to this channel, click like, and share this episode. Tune in every Monday on your favorite podcast platform for new episodes. If you liked this show, please consider becoming a partner today. Visit www.thebradbys.com for more information. Do you have a question or great show topic? Join us on your favorite social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn today at The Bradbys. And as we sign off, please remember there is nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. A successful relationship is a choice. Goodbye for now.